Hey, hello, you're welcome back to Project Management Demystified. Right, so I think this is episode 5 of our interview series, and we're still on the question, tell me about yourself. So we've covered a few things around education and gradually going into skills and experience. So I think I mentioned in the last couple of episodes around, say, if you having an analytical mindset being one of the skills in this role, and also communication. So I said if you can say, a lot of people will say they have good communication skills, but communication is not something that can be hidden. It has to show in the interview while you're speaking. So and I said as written and verbal communication. Right. So still on experience and skills. So let's be conscious that any skills or any experience we want to speak about should kind of directly or indirectly relate to the job description, to the role that we're applying for. So we don't just need to list out all the skills that we have, or all the skills that are out there, all the skills that we've heard of, but we need to show that we have gone through the job description carefully and in detail, and use it to show off in the interview that we have gone through and we clearly understand what's in the job description and what the job entails. Because sometimes there are questions that says things like, what do you know about the role, and other questions like that. Right. So this role in specifics, and I'm talking about the Morgan Stanley, the business analyst role with Morgan Stanley, speaks about balancing work across finance and technology. So while the finance team would have ideas of the problems they want to solve, you as a business analyst, you'll kind of be helping them understand what is the art of the possible. Say, for instance, I don't know, they want to feed in data into some systems, or they want multiple systems to speak to each other. You as a business analyst, having conversations with all the different business areas and maybe the infrastructure team, might be able to see that one of the system might not have the same environment or infrastructure to communicate with the other system. So you're bringing, so in the interview, these are the kind of things that you would say, and not just say, oh, I have balanced finance and technology or business and technology stakeholders. So you chip in some things that have happened in the past and how you've managed it. Data analysis, for instance, it might not necessarily be you going into query data with SQL. It might just be reviewing data in a spreadsheet and being able to explain and interpret data, interpret pivot charts or Power BI visualization. Just being able to explain it to stakeholders is what is important. You can get people to do the data analysis for you. People can pull SQL databases and all those things, but you being able to understand and explain to stakeholders is what they're speaking. And you might not have done it in a large scale, even if it's in a small scale, as long as you can just explain the business side of things. So say it might just be that I have explained 10 rows or columns of data to stakeholders, but the outcome is that we're able to provide better customer service to customers, better customer experience. That is what they're looking for. Agile project management, agile tracking. In the agile world, a business analyst will be slightly different from if you are in a traditional project environment. In a traditional project environment, a business analyst might be listing all the requirements that's needed for the project, for all the solutions to be delivered. But in an agile world, you'll be helping and supporting the product owner to to like manage the backlog, understanding how the user stories, the different persona, prioritizing what needs to be built and when. So working day to day regularly with the team that's building the solution in each sprint. So having that understanding will show that, oh, you've worked in both traditional environment and you understand what happens in an agile environment as well. So weaving in these stories and telling them about your experience would make you stand out like someone that has done these things before rather than someone that just read it from somewhere. And in sharing these stories, you can just mention things that happened at some point during your engagement with stakeholders, just to make that stick a little bit more. I hope that's been helpful. We'll continue on this series, and I'll just stop there for now, and I'll see you on the other side. Cheers. Bye bye.